Do you know these tits, Errol?
I know a lot of tits, Governor.
Hello, welcome to Sweetie Pat's Shut It Slag News. Random news headlines. The British Medical Association has warned the NHS that patients visiting hospital could be at risk if the doctors are all on strike. Who'd have thunk it? Thanks for the heads up. Clans. Also, the papers show front pages of Gaza today so we can prepare for how the West will look tomorrow. And how everyone, especially those in the over-regulated building industry, will soon be shifting bricks. And finally, a Tesco worker denies making up an anti-live list. Hold on, Dave. I thought it was universally understood that anyone in retail would write one of these lists. You slag! You slag! Where would we be without all these wonderful quangos? And there are so many to choose from. The Bank of England, a constant reminder of what money is when the government had some. Ofwat, who remind us of when we had clean water as we drink it from a plastic bottle. And of course, the British Medical Association, that has warned the NHS that patients could be at risk if the doctors are all on strike. But did anyone notice? It's a bit like saying the children will be safe if all the PDF files just stayed at home, right, Hugh? Of course, he was tagged. Anyway, my old mate Sir Stephen Hawking said you can't even get a signal at Epstein Island, is that right, Andrew? But then again, all is not lost when our political leaders like Nigel Farage have been warning the public via Daily Mail about how Britain is facing societal collapse. Really? Have you heard about this, Dave? Look into it. And better still, the untold tales just never been told. When Davos, any magician, the leader of Davos, has apparently rigged data to make Brexit look like a failure. I'll tell you what, Dave, I'm really glad of all these intellectuals in authority or something. Because I couldn't have thought about the idea that Brexit could mean sending no money overseas and booting out the immigrants, and we'd all go back to being our own farmers and teachers and factory owners and gigolos, and not upset any bad men with big blowy up thingies. No! It was doomed to fail, Dave. Keeping our gobs shut and our heads down in the peace and quiet of our own isolated isle with our own white privilege intact. Ludicrous idea, Dave. I don't know how you come up with it. We now go over to the Japanese news now. That's what I saw you, wasn't it? A hotel chain in Japan called Toyokoin has been cashing in on a new Japanese trend for nuikatsu, or converted into English, doing things with stuffed animals. Whereas over here in Blighty, we just use hamsters. Apparently, more and more adults are travelling around with their much-loved Nuigurumi. I'm getting the hang of this now, Dave. And staying at these Toyoko hotels, which offer a kawaii cot for an extra 300 yen. Or the equivalent of just £1.50, which would get you about a decilitre of UK tap water or half a dozen chips from my local Chinese, Mr. Wu, where you do get free sore finger. The gimmick has apparently been such a success with the Gen Z, there's a surprise that the chain is looking to expand it and start to rent out dolls, including Diabetes Barbie. And speaking of Barbie dolls, word on the street is that they're also going to bring out the Ozempic version, but they kept breaking in the box due to osteoporosis. Ain't that nice? Ain't that, yeah. As one satisfied Gen Z reviewer put it, the stuffies are sleeping soundly in dreamland. That's how they talk. And as one less than satisfied reviewer, stroke post person said, shut it! And then went on to say, calmly and composedly, I've been Sweetie Pat on Shut It Slag News. Terror. You slag! You slag! What? Don't look at me.